this is uniformly, I believe, anecdotally, probably one of the worst episodes they've ever aired. Now, it not only made no sense, and it was not only beating the viewer over the head with expository dialogue, like, oh, hey, you dummies, like, you don't know what Russia does to journalists. We're going to explain it to you. But none of the character development made any sense, as usual. But this was particularly egregious. So first, we're going to look at Reese Witherspoon's character. Ostensibly a journalist who knows what's what, just escaped the clutches of the FBI. For some reason, she's got to go while investigating a domestic scandal involving like water pollution in Ohio. She needs to go off to Belarus. Okay, so let's take a look at this.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked to the whistleblower?
Yeah, Sophia's in Belarus.
Did you just say Belarus?
I have to go under the auspices of the network. I need your authority to sign off on it.
Absolutely not. If it were up to me, you wouldn't have a fucking job. Where's Bradley?
She went to Belarus. They think she's being detained. We know what they do to journalists over there.
Okay, so that's the soap opera clip. So one of my favorite, by which I mean not like most, like things that annoy the hell out of me tropes is, you know, that close-up that they have to do on, it began in soap operas really, but now it's like any procedural, like a medical procedural, a Law and Order, like you hear something about a victim or a new development in the case, or like the cancer has spread and it's like a freeze on the doctor or the lawyer, but they have to like freeze their face and the eyes go wide, but they can't move the eye. Like she's in Belarus, she's being detained. And again, for us idiots in the audience, you know what they do to journalists over there. Yeah, we know.
100%. It does feel like a soap opera. And it's just funny because, like, I don't know if it's the way that the show is storytelling, how it's written, but I just feel like I don't care. Like, I mean, Reese Witherspoon's in Belarus, and I literally wrote, like, okay, like, I just don't feel the danger. I just don't feel it at all. Like, she's like walking in slow motion with the guards and she's all like disgruntled. I just don't feel any danger. This isn't Game of Thrones. Like, we know she's not going to get her head cut off at the end of the season. Like, she's going to be just fine. And I don't know. I just feel like it's Alex once again causing problems and just hating the decisions that she makes after the fact once again.
Right. I mean, this show really is in complete service to Jennifer Aniston's ego, because that little bit we showed was one of the more interesting parts of the episode. And that was the recap from last week's episode. So that right away tips you off. Secondly, I love, like, you know, which doesn't happen in the average workplace. Reese Witherspoon storms into Jennifer Aniston's penthouse apartment. Like, she'd have to get through layers of security. Jen Aniston's like, what are you doing here? I didn't even hear you come in, right? And, you know, and Reese Witherspoon goes, I need to go to Belarus to report on this very important water pollution story, but only under your approval, because only Jennifer Aniston can approve anything, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And then, so anyway, off Reese goes. Now we have Jennifer Aniston's character reacting to the news that not only is Reese / Bradley is in Belarus, but that they're going to bring trumped up espionage charges against her, which should have exactly been, you know what Jen Aniston's dialogue should be here? That's exactly why I told her not to go. That's what they do. She's a fucking moron. First, she gets like she's an inside source. She's a mole for the feds. We're journalists over. You know what I mean? But anyway,
for a company like the Today Show, like, imagine if this was like a journalist from Jenna from like the Today.
Jenna Bush Hager's in Belarus.
Imagine
investigate.
Her. She's like, I have to do this. Like, and it's just like only you, Hoda, can sign off on it. Like, I don't know.
That's exactly what it would be like. That's exactly what it would be like. And, you know, somebody would have lots of bracelets jangling, lots of like Taylor Swift friendship bracelets jangling in that case. But
100%.
Anyway, so over here, so I offer this clip to you in particular, Tim, because you are dialed into Jennifer Aniston's acting tics like no other. And we've got some stammering, some eye widening, and I'm not going to finish the list because it really it's too good for you. Some heavy sighs. I hear a lot of Rachel Green. Here we go.
God, what? They're gonna press charges against Bradley.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna fucking throw up. lying to government officials at a minimum. My friend at the IMF said that they're planning to move her end of day tomorrow. Alex, if that happens...
Yeah, no, and everybody that I've been speaking to in D.C. is saying just what Celine says, which is just let the State Department handle it.
I just started going through the documents Bradley sent over, so we don't know what she found. We don't know what they think she found.
And if Belarus says that this is espionage...
Exactly. I mean, these are the people that dragged an activist off a plane. Their top ally locked up that Wall Street Journal reporter and threw away the key. If we don't get her back now, she could be locked up for fucking years.
Okay, what are we not thinking of, Chip? Come on. Who are we not thinking of? Who could help? Come on. There's got to be somebody we can call.
Okay, look.
Maybe the villain from last season.
Come on, Ross. I thought we were we weren't on a break. Like this is the level of dramatic acting we can bring to bear in a scene. By the way, two journalists speaking to each other would never have to say, "Oh, you know that Wall Street Journal reporter who they locked up and tossed away." Like anyone who is a journalist knows that reporter's name. It's Evan Gershkovich. Everybody was banging the drum for him to get released. It's not like you would say to a major journal, a major television star, like, you know that guy, and they threw away the key, and it was like, yeah, because everybody was agitating to get him back. But anyway, I digress. It's just it's ridiculous, insulting dialogue, and that like the two of them would be brainstorming about how to get her back is insane.
I just, in the way they're speaking, it's like, oh my God, Bradley's trapped in Belarus. And she's like, oh no, what do we do? And then he's just like, I don't know, she might be trapped there in jail. And it's like, it's okay. Like, what is this writing? Like, this is just so simple. And it's just like spoon-fed writing. And I don't feel it. Maybe it's because it's daytime. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe I just don't feel the intensity of the scene. Like, I just, again, feel like Bradley is actually just like down the street somewhere. I don't feel like she's trapped in Belarus. I don't know.
Exactly. It's like the contract negotiation isn't going well for Bradley. That's
Yeah.
that's the level of stakes I'm getting.
That's the intensity that I'm feeling from these actors, 100%.
And by the way, didn't Jennifer Aniston just meet with Biden's top people in the episode prior to this to land an exclusive with the president? So doesn't she have like a direct line to the executive office of the White House? Like, why wouldn't she just be like picking up the bat phone and calling them?
Maybe she'll blame her dad. Maybe because her dad made such a mockery that like the administration wants nothing to do with her because of her father.
Oh, you know why? Because her father gave her a complex that she wasn't smart as a 10-year-old, so she doesn't feel smart enough to pick up.
That's right. That's right. She's trapped. Yeah.
So she's going to use this as an excuse to give Jon Hamm a booty call. Her
Yep.
billionaire. That she's like on the bubble. She wants to get back with him, but she's feeling a lot of shame around that. So this is what Jennifer Aniston does after being instructed by the head of UBN, the as you said, the mustache twirling Marion Cotillard, who in like the scene before that one, they were like having a top level meeting at like the penthouse office, and Marion Cotillard's like, what story was she investigating? And then she, again, very soap opera staging. Like she turns to the window and
yes,
she's like
looking away, like so mysterious. Like, who
are your sources on that?
What did she find out? Did she learn who the villain is? Like, I don't know. It's very much like, did
she learn that my family did it and then covered it up, and that we're buying UBN to like make sure we can keep poisoning America and covering it up?
Because I came here for one reason only, and that was it. to cover up this whole scandal. And I just knew it because even the way she talks, when she's talking to Corey, she's talking a little bit like this. And I'm just like, I just think it's so funny because I'm like, I don't know if it's Marion Cotillard, but she is a villain. She just looks like a villain. I love her to death, but she's like, Corey. And they try to give her this dual storyline. They want her to get close with Corey so that we can kind of like feel for her. Like she's not just a mustache twirling villain. She also has a heart, and she's also attracted to this total hot mess that is Corey. But yeah, so
all villains, all female villains, like you could go back to Dynasty and Joan Collins, Veronica and Betty in the Archie comics, the dark-haired, and I've been both. So the dark-haired girl is the villain, and the lighter-haired girl, the blonde girl, Jen Aniston, is the heroine, although I think the writers are writing her a bit of a villain. She doesn't know it. And then they also put Marion Cotillard in like lots of blacks in case we don't get the message that she's bad. And by the way, have you noticed, because you're a visual person, have you noticed that every character's apartment / office is some sort of shade of green, like dark green?
That's I have not. I'm usually too focused on their faces. Like that's my thing. Is I just like I'm staring at the makeup, I'm looking at the hair, and I'm trying to listen to the dialogue. And oh yeah, and I know I gave Alex a compliment on her clothes last week. I want to say that I hated her outfit this week. I thought it was very matronly. But
I did too. She should not be wearing skirts that are like T-length that hit at the mid calf.
Yeah.
They cut her off. She is too petite for that. She's not Marion Cotillard. Sorry.
she's not Marion Cotillard. And yeah, no. But I did not notice that the greens in the background. I didn't notice
every
that.
character. So Yanko's apartment, green. Billy Crudup's apartment, green. Jennifer Aniston's living room, green. Mia's apartment, green. I believe Bradley, well, now she stays in that hotel, but it's a shade of green. Like everything is this one shade of green. And I think it's either a budgetary thing or the set designers think that whatever their lighting situation is, it's universally flattering.
Is it maybe, yeah, maybe it's part of their color palette. And now I want to go back and rewatch every single one so I can catch that, because I know a lot of times in like, say Disney, for example, like green will always mean evil, like will mean villain,
Right.
or like, and the colors that they're using are like, if they use a lot of icy blues, it usually means that the person is really cold. So that's really interesting. I wonder what maybe the different shades of green mean. But on that note, can they get Bradley an apartment already? Why is she still at a hotel? I feel like, hasn't she been in New York long enough, like working on this show long enough where they would just get her an apartment
Yeah,
already?
she would there would be one person tasked with viewing apartments for her, narrowing
What are you
them
doing at a
down.
hotel still? That would be so expensive for the network. Why is the network like shoveling out money at a hotel room for her to stay at this luxury penthouse? Why wouldn't you get her an apartment? Like that makes no sense.
Do you remember though when she did have an apartment in New York and she was like the downtown renegade because she lived in like a repurposed like
Of course, yes.
elementary school or something, and her door had like that old school police door with like the frosted textured glass that knocks.
Yeah, way back whatever season that was. Yeah.
Whatever season. Oh, back when she was a lesbian.
That's right. When the show did that for 5 minutes.
For
and then
5 minutes.
Wrote off that character and we never heard from her again. Yeah.
So now we've got Jennifer Aniston. Okay, so she goes over to Jon Hamm's billionaire's lair. And again, like she would not be getting an impromptu last minute audience with this guy. He would have his top lieutenant, maybe a lesser lieutenant, but his top lieutenant is played by Tig Notaro. And I find her presence very, and maybe it's supposed to be, but it's very off-putting. Anyway, so here she comes over, and again, the point of this scene is really to goose Jen Aniston's ego, because the takeaway from this is that Jon Hamm's 56-year-old, devastatingly handsome billionaire is not over this middle-aged mediocrity who got her protege stuck in a communist nation that's going to send her to a gulag and probably visit horrors upon her that she'll never recover from. Let's go.
Bradley is being detained in Belarus.
What?
I know how you feel about her. I do. But Paul, I really need your help.
Well, she's on-air talent. I mean, she's way too high profile. They're going to let her
They're
go.
about to file charges.
What do you want me to do about it?
There's someone you
Alex
know.
Levy,
My question exactly.
every time I see your highlights, I know the sky's about to fall.
Can you just give us a couple minutes,
Let's
please?
dig.
I'm in between meetings and I have an event tonight. So.
Okay, if I wanted to get in touch with Dmitry Ivanov,
Jesus, Alex.
or maybe you could talk to him and see if he would be willing to lean on some government official to release her.
You want me to
about
broker a
tonight?
deal with a sanctioned Russian oligarch? Go
Yeah,
through the White
let's
House.
commit some more
Or better
felonies.
yet, call your
Commit
friend Celine
treason.
Duman. Her whole family
How about
owns half of
coincidentally
France. She must know someone.
She's deferring to the State Department. Paul,
One second.
trust me, Paul, I hate this. I hate that I have to come here and ask for your help. I really do. I'm very sorry.
As
But
if I
all
were
they keep
Rachel
telling
Green
me
still.
Is that I have to sit tight and be patient and let the professionals handle it. But they're not handling it. And if she gets thrown in prison and stuck there, it's my fault.
You're not the reason she's over
Me,
there.
me, me,
Well, I
me.
am.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. More or less.
God. I'm sorry. Alex, there's nothing I can do.
A sigh, a hangdog look. By the way, that dialogue was the most realistic dialogue in the whole episode. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Don't ask me to commit treason. A backdoor, like I'm going to get thrown in. Like, I mean, this is an outrageous ask by somebody she just dumped last season, and that was the best dialogue. And this episode would have had something going for it had Jon Hamm kicked her out of the apartment, started bad mouthing her all over town, telling UBN they had a major liability on their hands, and Bradley did get transferred to a gulag, and she remained off screen. That those horrors would be what we could like. It's like the Hitchcock thing. Anything you could come up with in your mind is worse than anything they could ever depict.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that his assistant, what's her name again? Teague.
Tignataro. But that's her real name. I don't know what her name is on the show.
When I see her on the show, I feel like she's she's a producer of like the actual like show that she's like not supposed to be in it. Like I feel like she always walks onto the set. Like I feel like I don't believe her that she's in the show.
That's so funny.
Like every time I see her, I'm like, wait, oops, are you not supposed to be in the show? Or like, are you an executive like of the morning show? No, but yeah,
so funny.
But no wonder why she like blew it up for him and called Marion Cotillard and ruined the whole thing, because I'm like, yeah, this is her client. Well, yeah, her boss, and she doesn't want him to blow up his whole career with this deal that is trying to happen last minute.
Yes, towards the end of the episode, that's the big soap opera reveal. Like Tig, despite her boss's express orders, has it's almost the trope of the beleaguered secretary who's kind of mousy, who really has it bad for her hot, really dashing boss, but she doesn't have a shot with him, but she'll like sacrifice herself and go against his because she loves him more than she even loves herself. Except this time it doesn't work because they've clearly cast like a lesbian, like a very butch lesbian. So it's not like she's got like a romantic thing for him. So why would she do that?
Right? Is it just to save her career, or does she owe something to Marion Cotillard? Because like, it's just, of course, like I love the conversation at the end. It's like, thank you so much for handling that. Like, I don't know. It was very villain. It was very like Disney villain at the end. And I kind of loved it, but it just doesn't feel real. And yeah.
What did you make of this to me felt very shoehorned in, like, okay, we have a very boring, and again, instead of going to the writer's room and saying, guys, you wrote a series of really boring scenes that are supposed to be the most high stakes of the episode, which is Jon Hamm's character coming around because he can't get over Alex Levy, so he's going to risk his entire fortune and reputation and his very freedom to get this done for her. So instead of saying rewrite, they just put them at the opera in New York so that it feels. I mean, is there a more cliched trope than cutting to an opera singer hitting like octaves up here to tell us it's high drama, high stakes?
Yes. Oh no, it's so true. It's like either like someone's dancing and it speeds up, or someone's singing and it's getting louder, and like it's supposed to be the tension. I just think it's funny that like at a big high profile event like this, like they have time to negotiate this whole deal, and like it's like what, in the 10-minute intermission, and I just think it's so silly. I'm like, it did feel very movie-esque and very like, ooh, at the event, that's where it all has to go down tonight. That's where it has to work. And
a 10-minute intermission during which they're doing this like out in the open, right? So for example, Jennifer Aniston, she would be approached by sophisticated but nonetheless fans who'd be like, can we get a selfie?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to backdoor this like, treasonous deal over here to free a hack journalist who's probably still a mole for the feds. I don't know what I'm doing. And then, and here's something else I would like to say about the casting of this billionaire. Okay. Name me a billionaire in America who, again, we have issues with Jon Hamm here at the Nerve. Goes to episode 1. And he's undeniably handsome. He's undeniably fucking movie star, good looking, like we don't have these kind of billionaires. We've got Elon Musk, we've got Jeff Bezos, we've got Mark Zuckerberg. These are not hot guys. I think this would have been a much more interesting show and casting and like conflict and stuff if it was like, he was kind of Bezos-ish, right? If they kind of went like Mike Myers in Austin Powers, make him bald, make him a
my
little
God.
incel-y, make him
A
short,
little autistic, a little
make
like
a little
yeah.
autistic, a little buffed up on like some
Yeah.
steroids. And
Yeah.
then Jennifer Aniston has to have that like, am I going to really sleep with this guy? Am I
That-
really going to do it?
There you go. That makes way
Now
more
we're
sense.
talking stakes, right?
Yeah, not just like this like hot super billionaire who's the villain bad boy, and then he actually wants to change his whole life and all his morals because he likes you so much. And then they even mentioned that like that random character is like, I think it was Dimitri or whatever. He's like, hey, where's the girlfriend that you have? And of course John's like, oh well, there is no girlfriend, and has a close up on Jennifer Aniston. Maybe that could be me again. Like it's very soap opera.
Let me get him over into the coat check where there's conveniently nobody manning the coat check where people have checked like $40,000 for coats.
Yeah,
No.
and you know she's thinking about getting back together with him while she's there trying to save Bradley. She's also secretly like, oh damn, he's single. Oh,
That's the whole, now that the whole priority level has shifted of
Completely.
this Mission Impossible. A is getting him back in the sack and
Yeah.
getting a ring on that finger.
She's
And
like, what are we talking about again? Oh yeah, sorry, Bradley.
Bradley?
Yeah.
That loser?
Yeah,
Whatever, man.
I
Her
think she's in
problem.
Russia. Okay.
Yeah.
She wanted to go.
I need. Yeah, no, but Tim, we have to prep ourselves, and we have to. Okay. Okay, so here's my other thing. Here's my other thing with that. If this were my writer's room and I made the billionaire like a sort of Bezos-y kind of character, I would definitely have a moment where I would have the Jennifer Aniston character either walk into his private bathroom on the other wing of the house, or somehow find, like, we would either be finding strips that have body hair and realizing that he's waxing his entire body, or like the appointment of the professional groomer coming to the house to wax every, like there would be a reckoning of like, am I really with a man? Like, what am I with here? You know, like, am I with like a neuter incel who's waxing every single and tweezing? You know what I mean?
Something,
like those
right?
guys they present as like half human, half android.
Well, because
that's
they're
where
so,
they're going.
They became billionaires because they're so smart. And if you're that smart, you can't be vain as well. I feel like when you're that smart, you're not like, let me see how muscular I can get and how hot I can get.
Oh, but they are. Like Elon Musk has had a ton of plastic surgery.
Has
go
he?
look, Google Elon Musk before, like chin implant and hair transplant. And Mark Zuckerberg has definitely had work. Jeff Bezos has transformed himself. I mean, I kind of feel
I
like
had no idea. Well, I don't know. I guess it
yeah.
helps because I can't imagine what they looked like before then. I don't know.
Oh, you've got to go Google Jeff Bezos back in the very early days of Amazon when he was with his first wife. Oh, but the other thing I want to say is I would also make this billionaire character like the guy who's trying to hack himself into eternal life. You know, like she should be
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like competing for attention. Like, wait, where is he? And he would have like an army of assistants being like, he's in the cryo chamber. Like nobody's allowed in.
His
like
clone-
we're
his
adding an
clone
extra
is-
3 minutes.
Yes, like he also has a clone that's developing like in a tank nearby that's like him slowly, and he's trying to get his consciousness into that clone. I think
Yes,
that's the
and
next
also
stop.
like Tom Brady, like she encounters what she thinks was like his dead dog, and she's like, "Wait, what's going on?" It's like, "Oh, I cloned it. We arrived yesterday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's 2.0. Yeah.
Let's get some real billionaire weird shit going on in here.
No, it's
We're
because
gonna do it.
they're like, oh, AI is popular right now, so let's just keep throwing around the word AI in every episode. Let's just
Oh my
like,
God, that reminds me, Tim, when she said, you know what we should do to Jon Hamm? You know, and again, like a billionaire wouldn't be like with a dummy like this unless she was like 16 and looked like Emily Ratajkowski, okay? Oh, you know what we should do, Jon Hamm? We should pirate UBN's proprietary AI, dupe it, and give it to Belarus.
yeah, that's it. Like, it isn't what he's been working on for so. I mean, again, this I'm only partially understanding, but like, isn't it like his big company that he's been working on? What does she want to do? She wants to acquire it under UBN and then sell it to Russia.
Was that it?
Was that it? Because I was trying to follow along with it. And I was like,
I don't know.
I was like, wait, what does she want to do? Like, again, this is all happening in her mind at like in this 10-minute intermission. And I'm like, what do you like? And then all these phone calls happen and somehow it works until, of course, the assistant sabotages it. But Again, I'm like, how are all these things happening so quickly? Like at nighttime in New York City? I just don't know.
You know, finer minds, Tim, than ours, I think, would have to hack it. But again, like, not to like toot our own horns, but I think if they're clearly going to pick the morning show up for another season.
Yes.
And I think that hire writers like us. We have a million better ideas.
Oh my God. I feel like
a million better ideas.
walking to the train station, I'll like have more drama than I will watching an episode of the morning show. I would love to be a writer with you, Maureen, and I think that we would make a much better show.
I do too. And you know what I would also love to do? I would definitely stunt cast with greats and lesser lights of yesteryear. Like, I would figure out a way to get Hoda Kotb in there.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Right?
No, yeah, absolutely. And just play yourself.
Yeah, like I would figure out a way to get Gayle King in there, you know?
Oh my
Like,
God.
you know, like a revisit like Reese Witherspoon's astronaut thing with Jon Hamm's Billionaire, you know? Like, there's a million things you could do.
Something. Next season we'll probably focus on what? Trump, you think? Like Trump winning the election and
Will they go anywhere near it? I don't know, because again, like, if they had any guts whatsoever, the scandal surrounding the season, you wouldn't see protesters in the streets of New York agitating over some like environmental boring bullshit. It would be like it would be pro-Hamas protesters. That's what really has been going on in New York. How about we get with it?
Touch that.
No, why would they touch that? Why would they touch a live wire like that and make their show interesting?
Oh,
no
100%.
idea.
Yeah.
It's been over 16 years since the federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25. Company productivity has doubled in that time. Has your wallet? 1 in 5 Americans can't even qualify for a basic credit card. The system is broken. Everyone deserves access to decent housing, transportation, and financial stability. And that is where Kickoff comes in. Kickoff helps you build credit fast with affordable plans starting at just $5 per month. No hidden fees, no interest, just on-time payments that get reported to credit bureaus and help grow your score. Users with credit scores under 600 saw an average increase of 84 points in their first year. With premium plans, you can even build credit with the rent you already pay. Only positive payments are going to be reported. It is easy to get started. Sign up in minutes from your phone. No credit check, no hassle. Over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of 5-star reviews. Make Kickoff the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit today and get your first month for just $1 at getkickoff.com/Maureen. That's getkickoff.com/Maureen. You must sign up via getkickoff.com/Maureen to activate the offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points. Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit.